Well, hello again. Since nobody else is streaming, I figure I might as well just continue what I was doing at lunchtime. Still working on the batteries. And the answer to the question is it fixed yet? No, it's not fixed yet. But I'm getting close. So, we shall see. So the next thing I gotta do is double check her work. That's positive. Got the fuse in. That one's okay. Solder joints are holding, sort of. So we need to go negative, or rather positive to negative, and then hook it up here to this battery. So let's get these together, it'll be easier. So I gotta have a positive on this side, negative on this side. This one hooks up to the end here. Okay. Turn the diagram around so it's in the right orientation. This should be negative there, positive. No. Alright, let's do this right. I will confuse myself. Alright. So negative goes on the outside there. The positive's there. Positive needs to be there and hooked up to that negative. Okay, so that's the right direction. So these need to be together, like so. So let's move this out of the way. Check. That is negative. That is positive. So those can go together like that. It's kind of odd not having anybody on the stream. I'm used to having people watching. Now I'm just talking to myself. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, it's okay to talk to yourself, right? I guess it depends on whether you answer yourself or not. That should help. Take a hint from Ron and play some music while I'm doing this. Could be very soothing. His music was excellent. That was an excellent choice. Just about done with this roll of solder. Telemarketer. There. Now what do I do with those cutters? Yes, I need to get new cutters. These are barely doing the job. I got better ones, but if I use them, they won't be any good for guitar building. And who knows, I might do that again. But I will admit this is rather tedious. So I should buy some more. Well, if this ends up not working, we'll know we can label this the do not build a battery this way stream, right? Good enough. Okay. Now which way? Oh, did these go? I'll scoot up here a bit. Positive goes on this side, so over here. The negative goes over here. Okay, so we need to connect the negative here and the positive to this one. Since this is going to be a bugger, let's figure out how we're going to do that. I think we will bend it over and put it on the outside. You know, for those of you who are watching this later, this is video number 3. Number 1 was a 3.5 hour session, and I got half of the batteries on and made several mistakes as I got tired and tried to push through, which was stupid. Should have just quit, and eventually I did. And then that was last night. And then this morning, or rather around lunchtime, I decided I would spend the time working on it then. Went a little better. Got a couple more batteries on. And I hope to finish it up now. There's several others that are going to be streaming tonight, so I'm not going to be doing this very long. Because A, I want to watch their streams. Trina's Technobabble, I believe. She's going to be streaming, and then I can't remember who else said they were going to be streaming tonight. So make sure you check out to see who's doing what. And watch their streams. Okay, we're going to put this on the inside. other trick with this is that you don't want to overheat the leads to the battery, because then you vent the battery and it releases its magic smoke, and it is an X battery. So you don't want to get it too hot. Yeah.
Are we just scrounging tonight?
Yeah. So do I want to wrap that around there? Do I want to... How do I want to do this? I think I want to try to do it like that. So essentially right there. And of course I'm trying to do this left-handed again, or at least a left-handed orientation. That was good. Not. Have to get rid of those solder balls. Can't have that. Okay, what's sizzling? Don't be doing that. Still looks pretty weak. Alright, so let's just double check the work here. This has still got to be done. Well, it's together except for this last set. And there should be a plus, and there should be a minus. So I haven't made another mistake. Okay. It's too bad you can't just drop a regular battery pack in here. I think I said that before. Oh, how did the one-on-one go? It went pretty well. They were able to come up with some suggestions for how they could have communicated a little better, so it's all good. That's really the trick, is not for me to tell them what to do, but for them to figure it out. Sometimes you just have to tell them what to do. But that went okay. Yeah, I just I threw it up on Twitter about 2 minutes before I went live. So sorry, it was probably my fault. And that is just fine, because I'm a lot more relaxed now. Yeah, look who snuck back online. No, Bricks and Flicks, solder ball's bad. And I'm going to have to search through this thing to make sure I don't have any others, because I noticed a couple. In fact, this I don't know if you can see that little chunk of solder came out from underneath, so not good. Anyway. But it's nearly together. And I'll even have a little bit of solder left, probably. Got another spool, so it's not an issue. I was about to do a little tune that would probably get me a copyright violation, so I'm not going to do that. Not that anybody would recognize my humming as a tune, but you never know. that together. This tip is really starting to get chunky. It's a little better. Let's try this left-handed. Let's not. Good enough for government work. And I work for the government, so I've met their criteria. Does your microphone have a gain button? Your streams so far have very low gain. My volume is maxed out. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, I'm using a snowball, right? And I'm also talking very lightly. The snowball's right here. So let me up the gain a little bit. Is that any better? Whatever are your gains? Yeah, I have a habit of talking too loud when I do this kind of stuff, and I don't want to disturb the rest of the family, so that, and as I get tired, I get quieter. So let me know if that's a little better. Slightly better. I guess I'm going to have to look at the settings on things and see what's going on with that. I'm kind of new to OBS, so maybe it's a setting on the snowball itself. Yeah, it's an okay mic. I mean, it's kind of the introductory mic for a lot of people. I need to probably get a headset set up so I can hear how loud it is. Because I don't have a monitor so I can tell, right? I mean, I've got the mic aux feedback, and it's actually hitting. It's not hitting the red, but it's pretty close. Let me see what else I got here. Okay, nothing there. I don't know, I'll have to read up on it. Not used to doing this stuff. To bring it a little closer. Clock volume. What else can I do here? Advanced audio properties. I have no idea if this is making a change. You'll have to tell me. So I went into advanced audio properties and bumped it up 2 dB. I don't know if that's really doing anything or not. You'll have to tell me. Looks like I'm going to have to do some reading on OBS and how you configure it. I really haven't messed around with the settings much, to tell you the truth. Okay, the battery is actually assembled. For what it's worth. I still need to do something here to make sure this doesn't short out. Is fingernail polish non-conductive? I can just slap some enamel on there. Good enough for now. Okay. Well, I'm speaking louder too, so maybe that's helping. I guess I can use ye old ancient multimeter here that my pappy gave me. Actually, I think it was my dad's. One of these days I'll have to get one of the ones that Bruce is endorsing, right? Okay. So that's the positive. Let's see what we're getting for voltage here. A little over 6 volts, I think. Look at the scale. Okay, it's at 10. So yeah. Is that right? No, you did not hear me fart. Oh, if you hit the little white box next to percent, you can go by percent instead of dB. The little white box where? On advanced settings? Or advanced audio properties? Oh, hit the... Oh, I see. Oh, I see, it's relative percentages. So I'm at 150%. Is that any better? I don't know. Is it? Yes. Okay, thank you for helping me sort that out. So, should this battery be 6 volts? The way it's wired together, 1.5, yeah, I think it should be about 6 volts. So, I did not screw it up. I have live cells. I didn't kill any of the cells. Now, the question is, have I done a good enough job of soldering that it's not going to fall apart? And can I keep it from shorting? So what I need to do is I lost the little plastic thing that separates on the other side here. I don't want, let's see if I can get this closer. So there's a little fuse here that's wired between these two cells, and the leads are very close together. And on the other one's a little plastic separator to help keep it from, yeah, it's kind of out of focus. Anyway, there's a little plastic separator that's got, a couple of fins on it, so you can push it on there and keep it separated. It really doesn't stay on very well. I mean, it kind of works. There, got it pushed on. But I'm wondering if I could dab something on there. No, I just took these out of the box. So, I could probably have problems with them not being fully charged and unbalanced or something. They're nickel metal hydrate batteries, so I don't know if that's a big deal with them or not. And the rating for these cells are higher than the original a little bit, so yeah, I don't think they're fully charged. I mean, they came from China. Although I think they were fulfilled in the US, so I'm sure they've been in storage. So, does anyone have suggestions for goop I could put on here that would make sure these leads don't touch each other? I'm thinking fingernail polish. Might actually stick to it. I mean, I could, what I should do, this thing had cardboard. Where did I put it? Had these pieces of cardboard that were on the underside of it that, of course, I haven't put on because I didn't. And it helped, keep the cells stable. So I could just cut a piece of cardboard to size and glue it down. Oh yeah, nail polish could do something. What else could I use? UV mask. I don't have any UV mask. I assume that's an enamel. I mean, if I stabilize it, it's not going to go anywhere. What about epoxy, like Jb Weld or something like that? That's a high temperature epoxy. Is it conductive? I guess I could consult the external brain pack and find out, right? Is Jb Weld conductive? Let's find out what Siri has to say.
Here's what I've found.
Glue nerd. Does Jb Weld conduct electricity? Jb Weld does not. It's an electrical insulator with a 50% calcium carbonate and 30 to 40% epoxy resin. Jb Weld is heat-proof and pressure-resistant in liquid and hardened forms. It's used for medical electronics, communication devices. So it sounds like I could throw some Jb Weld on there. Use your power supply to send a current in it and use the multimeter. Yeah. The only way I could hook it up is to slap it into the laptop. I don't have an external power supply. Something else that I should put on the list, eh? I think I'm going to slap some Jb Weld on it. Just put some in between the two leads there, just to keep it from touching. I've got, tape, Captain tape, underneath it to cover up these leads. If a current goes through, you probably used way too much power. I'm not sure what you mean. So you're suggesting hot glue? Okay, I can do that. I'm really tempted to go around and resolder some of these, but if I do, I'm likely to mess it up. So I think I'm just going to call it good. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, anything's conductive with enough power running through it. Got it. Yeah, millions of volts. So I'll throw some hot glue on there. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is dry fit this together. If everything's fine, then I'm going to put some hot glue on it, so when I put it together, it stays in place. In fact, I could throw this on here now and see whether it's gonna. I left enough room. I think I did. In fact, that actually should shift over a little bit. It's hitting the support. Helps if you put things on the right side. Close. I got to line things up a little bit, but so a little off. There we go. You know, when you cut these to get them off, you end up with a jagged edge. It's never perfect, so you kind of have to get the jagged bits lined up. But I think that's going to go together. You know, I'll have to, that's a little bit janky over there. I think I probably roughed up the edge too much when I took it apart. But yeah, I think they'll fit. It's a good thing they weren't longer, or as long as the original cells, because I did such a sloppy job of putting it together. On the ends, I needed that space, but I think it'll work. I think what I'll do, actually, I'll get some epoxy on there, Yeah, I'm going to get some epoxy on there just to make sure that doesn't short. I'm going to tape it together as best I can without making it too thick. Slide it in and make sure it works. Yeah, that's the eMac that I picked up. Let me tilt up a bit here. So there's that eMac. It's in really nice shape. There's a crack right here, and you can just catch it with your nail. But other than that, it's in really nice shape. And it's got the stand. I guess that's not very common. So, but anyway, I'll just kind of tape this together and put it in the machine and make sure I don't create a smoke machine. Yeah, I think, you know, I don't want it to rattle around because I am going to use it as a portable when I'm camping and stuff. So I'll probably slap some glue in there just to hold it together. Yeah, it is a really nice CRT. It's got a gigabyte of RAM in it. The guy I got it from maxed it out. So, you know, I offered him $30 for it. He needed to have 40 because he wanted to have the, you know, recoup the $10 for RAM. And I'm like, yeah, fair enough. You know. Your SSD and your main system crapped out? That sucks. Hey, Joe. And Garth. Yeah, I should go through and list off who's here. So, Bricks and Flicks is a friend of mine that you may not know. You check out his YouTube channel. He does this cool thing that he's just getting started, where he takes he's got almost 300 different unique Lego sets, you know, for theme things like, you know, the Star Wars stuff and all that. He is going to be doing a channel where he interviews somebody and they talk about a particular movie, and he builds live during the session. He'll build something like, you know, the castle that goes along with this, or you know, anyway, the various things. But he's just getting started. It's going to be a great YouTube channel, and if you're into Legos and movies, you know, that's going to be the cool thing. So that's Bricks and Flicks who's in the chat. And it's Bricks amp, you know, the and symbol Flicks. Yeah, House of Moth, thanks for showing up. And One Bit Fever Dreams. Yeah, who else we got here? Garth Beagle. And Vintage Hillbilly Shack. And Joe Williams. Yeah, I think live streaming a Lego build. He's got a you know, a B cam so that you can watch him do the build while he's talking about stuff. But I think he has 2 posts right now of some animation he did 20 years ago using Legos and G.I. Joes. So just to kind of, you know, prime the pump. So, oh yeah, thanks, Garth. Yeah, if you like the stream or me doing very painfully you know, amateurish battery rebuilds, like the stream. If you hate the stream, like it anyway because, you know, you're here. And subscribe if you feel like it, or don't. You know, it's totally up to you. Free country, man. But I really like putting these together. And, you know, one of the things I've learned over the years is that if you know, there's a lot of experts that stream, you know, this retro stuff. And, you know, they're really good. And, you know, everybody makes mistakes. But, you know, I really want to learn also from the mistakes that people make. You know, So if I build this and screw it up, um, I welcome the criticism and everything about, hey, you should have done this, and it would have been better if you'd done that, and I'll put it right into a follow-up video or something like that. So yeah, it's all about learning these things, and I'm not an expert in this stuff. I'm not really a hardware person. I'm a software developer who's dabbling in hardware. So learning a lot from watching everybody else, and I'm hoping I could share what I find out from what I'm doing. So, and I like doing oddball stuff like rebuilding a battery. 99% of the time I'm going to have power available, but I want to, make the hipsters go, huh? At a coffee shop sometime when they see it. Like, I forgot who, somebody mentioned last night that they took a Macintosh portable into a coffee shop. And I think that'd be cool. They'd be, like, what the heck is this thing? Where's your Kapton tape? It is very close by because I use a ton of that stuff. Where is it? Ah, here it is. And there is a layer of that stuff right on top of those flat metal leads that go up to the other ends of the battery, because I don't want anything to short out. So if anything, I'll, if I weren't going to use the hot glue on it to hold it in place, I probably would wrap it in Kapton. So, because you can never have enough of this stuff, man. It's like duct tape for electrical use, right? Quack, quack. I also have painter's tape because you never know when you need to hold something. I need to get some of that, what is it? Smurf poo. Is that what you call it? To hold things down? Because that's genius. You don't have any Kapton tape. You should get some Kapton tape. I mean, it's nice because, if you've got a blue SCSI and you got to drop it in, like an internal one for a PowerBook, they're getting better with doing a sled and stuff so that you can hold it in place. But, I don't want those leads to short out on anything, so I wrap that sucker in Kapton just to make sure. Is it Kapton or Captain or Captain? I don't know. I don't care. It's a brand name like Kleenex, right? Blue tack is great when it works for the situation you need. I could have been holding some of these batteries with it while I was doing this. Yeah, I need to get a nice soldering station, because you guys may have seen this last night. This is what I'm using. It does not go to 11, it goes to 4. What temperature is 4? Who knows? Documentation didn't say anything about what the temp range was on it, so so yeah, I need to get a decent soldering station. Hot air station, I'm not sure how much I'd use it. Blue tape may be better for that. For the inside instead of the Kapton, is that what you mean? Just to hold the batteries together? I think it would be better for that. I was just going to use hot glue. But, maybe tape would be better. I've been removing caps by cutting them in half and disassembling them from above. The can, caps. Which seems to work for me. I would never try the twist method. That looks like a stupid way of doing it. I tried doing the solder and lightly lift on each side, and it didn't work for me. For holding the cells, use blue versus blue tack. Oh yeah, I just meant blue tack for for holding them down while I'm soldering. Not to like go in here to hold it together. What's wrong with the current side? It works, but I'm such a novice that am I setting it too high or too low? It'd be nice to know what the actual temperature is so I could adjust it accordingly, maybe. I don't know. I mean, so far it seems to be getting the job done. You're right. Hot air to remove those the SMD components. Oh, yeah, if you're doing something with, yeah, I haven't gotten to doing chips yet. Still just working on caps. But, and I really, I shouldn't complain. I've been lucky lately. All the machines I bought lately haven't needed any work. So, yeah, solder pump. That's something else I need to get I don't have. Oh, this is nice. Okay, so this is the sad paste I've been using for flux. I mean, it works, but it's a bugger to put on. I got some of the sample 88. What I didn't do, which Justin did correctly, was he read the fine print that said for $2 you can order a plunger and the tips. So I goofed. I didn't see that. I assumed it came with a plunger and a tip. So I can't use it yet because I don't have... I mean, the plunger I could rig. That's not going to be hard. But the tip I just don't have. So I'll have to... I guess I'm going to have to order something. Or maybe I can find a cheap kit. Are these standard? Like these tips, so they're interchangeable from other manufacturers? I don't know. Yeah, take one of my good boards and put 110 volts through it and then fix it? No, I'm not going to destroy something that's fixed. Your soldering tip look a bit on the thin side. Maybe it's causing difficulties in creating tight temp. It's I've got a selection of tips, and this one's actually, it's wedge shaped, but it's fairly thick. I mean, I do have a blunter one. Maybe I should have been using that. A ZD915 will get you started without breaking the bank. Okay, I'll look into that. Yeah, sample 88 sounds like, what was that, Stitch? Was the Disney thing? Or it sounds like one of the species from Star Trek that the Borg assimilate. Species 88. I don't know. So I think somebody else is going to be streaming at 8 o'clock, and I really don't want to steal their thunder. So I think I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to grab something to eat, and then I'm going to... I think it's... oh, shoot. Who is it that's streaming at 8? I think Justin's streaming maybe at 8:30. There's a couple of people that are streaming tonight, so... Oh, yeah, House of Moth, so don't miss that. He's streaming. I mean, I pretty much got this together, so... I don't think I'm going to live stream sticking it into the computer, because I want to be able to react quickly if something goes wrong. But I think, it measured voltage okay. As long as it doesn't smoke and burn, hopefully it'll be okay. Alright, so see you guys. Thanks for coming out. And, I think Trina, is at 8. I stream at 9. Justin streams tomorrow. Oh, okay. So don't miss Trina and Jay. Make sure you see their streams. You have a link for me. Okay. Just throw it into Twitter or something, I guess. Yeah. Make sure you check out Bricks and Flicks too. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So, all right. See you guys.